I think I got it all going now. Well, congratulations, and I'm really glad that you made it. You know, if you've been in the network marketing industry and you've failed in the past, right, I just want to tell you that don't worry about it. It's not your fault. You know, there were probably some things that happened to you along the way. The company wasn't ready. The product sucked. You know, a lot of different things. They just weren't ready. Maybe they were undercapitalized. But it's, you know, it's really, really, really simple and easy to make money in this industry if you catch a company at the right time of their growth curve. And I'm going to explain that here in just a minute. But, you know, you're going to hear about a company that's positioned for huge, massive growth over the next 3 to 5 years. So for you to know about this now is really critical. So I'm going to show you how you can create a 5, 6, 7-figure residual income and how you can build generational wealth. So if that's something that is of interest to you, then I would say stick around. We got a lot of things to cover. So we will get right to it. There's a little bio about myself. I've been in the network marketing industry for 3 decades, earned over $15 million, had organizations of over 400,000 people in 39 countries. I've done thousands and thousands of events all over the globe. And I was very happily semi-retired. I was just consulting for a couple of companies, and I was flying around the world having fun, you know, going from a breakfast, lunch, or a dinner meeting after flying for 15 or 16 hours. And, you know, when you do that, there's something that happens. You get fat, right? There's no exercise time. So I found myself getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And so about last January, February, March, I was looking for a weight loss solution. And I'm going to tell you about that weight loss solution here in a second. But that's a little bit about myself. That's my dog, Rocky. He's a AKC registered Doberman Pinscher. That is a service dog. So I'm going to tell you about the best opportunity I've ever seen in my 30 years in this industry. It's a company called Volantis. They're headquartered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and it is started by my good friend Dave Jordan. Now, I knew Dave was starting the company in 2014. I wanted nothing to do with it. I was pretty much done with building another organization. So, you know, I just decided that I wouldn't do anything. So, but like I said, I got fat. And all of a sudden, I get a call from Dave Jordan and Rick Gerals, and you're going to hear from Rick here in a second. But I got a call from these 2 characters, and you know, they say, "Chuck, we've got this amazing weight loss coffee." And I kind of kicked back and I said, "Yeah, that's kind of interesting, weight loss and coffee." So anyway, what happened is I listened to a conference call that was May the 19th or 20th of 2018. I heard great testimonials, and I decided, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and buy some coffee. Probably won't work, and then I can get these guys off of my back. I got the coffee, started drinking it, and little did I know that it was working, right? I jumped on a scale. I was at the vet with my dog. He got on the big floor scale, got off, I got on. And I noticed that the scale didn't nearly come to where I thought it should come to. And I went home and weighed myself. I had lost 9 pounds the first week. That got me excited, right? My clothes were actually starting to fit a little bit better. And because I was actually busting out of them, right? And my waist was a 40. I mean, that's horrible. You know, I got excited about that. Then for the next month, I continued drinking 2 cups of coffee every morning, just like I normally do, and lost 18 pounds. That's when I called Dave and I said, "Dave, you know, thanks for, you know, the coffee." I jumped on an airplane and went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, walked right through that door, and I said, "I'm going to come and visit you for a couple of days." Well, what I found, ladies and gentlemen, was a company that had 4 years of history, right? They were an $80 million sales company. They had done over $80 million in sales. They had a global seamless compensation plan made up of, you know, some components of the best plans in the industry, and I'll explain that. And, And I thought, well, what the heck? This coffee works. It works almost instantly on almost everybody. And that's what I experienced myself. I said, Dave, I'm going to take back what I said. I'm going to build an organization with you just one more time. Because you know why? Because of the timing. And I'm going to explain that here in a second. But there's the Volantis Slim Roast Optimum Coffee. I mean, it is absolutely awesome. It's just a fantastic product. I could tell from the very first cup that I had that something was going on with my body. My mood improved. My energy was boundless. In fact, I went running out of the house that morning, that Saturday morning, and after trying the coffee, I had my 2 cups, and I had energy to get a lot of stuff done. So it's pretty amazing. So we do have a lot of other products, about 20 products, but I'm going to send you over to volantisproducts.com to let you take a look at the products. But there's the Slim Roast Optimum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of focus on that product. Here's what's happened. I got started in May the 20th. I signed and didn't get started until June. But from May of 2018 to May of 2019, you see the growth, right? 900% growth. I'd like to be able to take the credit for that, but I was only a small segment of that whole thing. You're going to hear from Jon and from Rick, who were responsible for a lot of that volume. But that's what's happened to us over the last 12 months. Like I said, I joined. Yes, the product is great, and yes, the company is wonderful, and they're now 5 years old, did over $100 million in business, but this is the reason that I started. It's all about catching a company at the right time in their growth cycle. I told you, right time in their growth cycle. Very few companies ever experience this phenomena known as momentum. Companies grow, but they don't grow vertically. They don't grow this incredible, vertical growth. Momentum is created because of income stories and product stories. The more income stories, the more product stories, the more income stories, the more product stories. And if all of those things line up and the company keeps the wheels on everything, then you have a good chance of going into some hyper growth. And so, guys, and that usually starts 10 million, 12 million a month, thereabouts, that's kind of what's been calculated. Here we are, 8 million, right? July was 8.2 or 8.3 million. And, the company's doing everything that they can to keep the wheels on and keep the boxes going out the door and inventory coming in the door and, sorting everything out. But you know what? What impressed me about Volantis is that they always pay. You see, Friday is payday, and it's been Friday payday for the last 5 years, and I guarantee you Friday will be payday, just like clockwork. So tipping point was May the 20th. That's when that call was that I was on, that Dave Jordan and Rick Gerals invited me to. And, that was kind of the beginning. And I'm going to show you what that looked like. Here's what I'm saying. Having been with 3 other companies that I was able to catch at the right time of their growth curve, each and every time I joined a company at the right time, I made millions of dollars. So it was very easy for me to see that Volantis was at the right place at the right time with the right products, obviously, because people love instant gratification, right? They love that instant. They don't want to wonder if a product is working or not and take it for 60 or 90 days. They want to know like right now. But if these numbers are anywhere close to being accurate, then that vertical growth is going to happen. And those of us who are positioned now will benefit from that wave. Guys, I put this slide up here because it really does give you a roadmap, right? It gives you a roadmap as to just some of the beginning ranks and what the average monthly income is. And you can see that average monthly income right here. And As you get to diamond, 3,000 to 6,000, double diamond, 75 to 100 to 12,005, a month, right? Average monthly income. Triple diamond from 15,000 to 30,000. I hit diamond in a month. I hit double diamond in 2 months. I hit triple diamond in 4 months. Now, I came into Volantis with 30 years of experience, so I don't expect a lot of people to do that, but I know there's some people out there that can do much better than that. So I'm hoping to find you. Working on getting to blue diamond, and here's what happened to me, guys. My first week check, $724. A year later, my check is 11,000, almost 300. So, if I can do it, you can do it. If, all the people that are here are doing it, then I know that you can do it, because we've got everything in place for you to be able to do it. Earned almost $225,000 my first year. I'm looking at second year between 600, 800,000. And, that's just pale in comparison to guys like Jon and Rick, who are the #1 and #2 income earners, and part of my upline. Rick is my sponsor. Rick Gerald's in Houston, Texas is my sponsor. Rick's making about 30,000 a week right now. Jon is right at 100 grand a week right now. And so 100 grand is a little bit more than $4 million a year, since we get paid weekly, 52 weeks, every week, right? So this is Business for Home magazine, and you can go to businessforhome.org and you can see all of this information. But here's what's happened. June of 2018, I earned 3,000. June of 2019, 33,000. 1,000% growth. Rick went from 9,000 that month in May of 18 to 128,000, 1,322% growth. So that's the kind of growth that has happened. I want you to just listen to what Jon Arryn's got to say. He's the #1 income earner and the master distributor. Great guy, down to earth, rock solid, and just a tremendous guy. He's over in the Philippines right now.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And, with your history and success you've had in the industry, Chuck, let me just say it's just an honor to be working with you. You're a legend in this industry, and just, have done amazing things, and just so excited to have you here, with us here at Volantis. Folks, I'll give you a little history on myself. I've been now 30 years now in this industry. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, actually still have a lake home there, very near where I grew up. I had no sales background. I was a blue collar worker. I was a welder, building, maintaining equipment. I have a learning disability, I have dyslexia. And so I came to the industry, with no self-esteem, no self-confidence, very, very shy and introverted. My first experience was NSA water filters, and just an amazing experience. It was 4 years there, learned the fundamentals, fell in love with network marketing, learned how important timing was, how important a consumable product was, and so I've now been 30 years in the industry. I've been with 4 companies. Every single experience has been phenomenal. NSA, 4 years, earned about $400,000. Was with Rexall after that for 12 years, earned $4 million. From there, master distributor of Wayora. Over that 12-year window, was able to earn about $10 million, and then another couple million with its sister company, Javita. And now I'm with Volantis, right? And what's led me to Volantis, #1, is because here's what I believe. Is all of these companies, right, and/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements, right? The company, the product, the compensation plan, the timing, and the training and support. And if 2 or 3 of those elements are not in place, it really doesn't matter how good we are, or how hard we work. Despite our best efforts, we're going to struggle, right? You could take me now, having earned $22 million in the industry, put me with a company where those elements aren't in place, and I'm going to struggle. I look at myself here today. I'm not a different person. I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done. But, averaging, almost $400,000 a month, on the verge of making $500,000 a month. So I'm not doing anything different. The difference is the vehicle, right? And let me, we all know, and I'm assuming most of these people watching this are people that have been in the industry, you've had success, hear these stories about timing, and timing really is everything, right? And timing is actually very predictable. I mean, timing is a factor of numbers. There's very distinctive tipping points to where, that trigger, momentum and trigger that critical mass window where the company actually, just explodes. And here's what's, we went in we've had our challenges. We're 5 years old. We had a really good start, or actually a slow start. Then in the middle, 2016, we had a great year. We had some challenges. In May of last year, May of 2018, we were under $1 million in sales. We just closed out July over $8 million in sales. Okay, we've grown $1 million in each of the last in the last 4 months, and we're on track here in August to grow another $1 million. But here's why I'm telling you the story from a strict number standpoint, right? We've reached that point. This point of geometric growth is starting to work for us because 7 million of the 8 million in sales is all brand new volume. Everybody's new and fresh and excited. So our attrition is literally non-existent. And so it's kind of like if you look at that penny a day, doubled every day concept, and you hit that certain tipping point where the compounding effect of numbers just kind of just take a course of its own, just explode. And if you look at, I got a little chart here. And if you look at the compounding effect of numbers, right, a penny a day doubled every day, and it's about day 20. It's about day 20 that the numbers really become significant, right? And that's from a just kind of a comparison standpoint. I think that's where we are. We're at about day 20. Because we have so many brand new, excited people making money and exploding that we're ready to absolutely explode. Okay, so we went from $1 million a month to $8 million a month in the last year. We went from $2 million a month to $8 million a month since the first of the year. And I believe by the end of this year, we're going to grow $1 million in August. I believe with our conference in Orlando, we're going to grow $2 million in September. And I believe we're going to be doing $12 million a month by the end of this year. So and it's not just here in the United States. Chuck, you were just telling me about a meeting in Nigeria where you had people stand, 400 people in Nigeria, and we're not even official there yet, right? I was in Spain, in May, we're doing like $1.5 million a month in Spain. The thing is absolutely ready to explode. And again, I can just keep going. I'm excited, folks. This is the absolute dream time to join a company because we are ready to absolutely explode. So
So you got Jon's enthusiasm, right? I've been there. I've done that in my career, and I understand his enthusiasm because, in each and every time that I built an organization and caught a company at the right time, it was one of those pinch me kind of moments, right? It was almost unbelievable what was happening. So, Jon made some comments, and I wanted to show you something here. It's kind of a growth chart. I took some snapshots of what happened, before they released the Optimum Coffee. This was the week that they released the Optimum Coffee. And then here's New Year's week, a week in January, and then in July, just last Friday. So, my check went from $724 to $96.85, 1,237% growth. Rick's went from $23.77 to $26,000, 1,016% growth. Jon's went from $47.26 to $91,821, 1,842% growth. And why is that? Like he said, he's not doing anything different. It's the size of the network, right? His network, Jon's network, is bigger than Rick's. Rick's network is bigger than mine. But you know what? I will be where Rick is. Rick will be where Jon is in 12 months. I mean, everything will shift, and the people that join right now will be where I am. If not in 12 months, probably in less time than that, because of the growth projection that we're going to be on. So I'm just going to encourage you to, whoever has shown you this, whoever has been kind enough to you to show you this video, for you to get back with that person and tell them we want to get started. I want you to understand how much 100 grand a week is. I mean, it's a lot of money. I mean, if you just think about it, it's a lot of money. I never have been there to that extent. My biggest checks were like $250,000 a month. That's when we got paid monthly. But here's the average earner in America, makes $35,000 a year, $1.4 million in their lifetime. Jon will make $1.4 million in 14 weeks. In 14 weeks, not in a lifetime, in 14 weeks. You know, Jon, I asked him if he would just loan me 3 weeks worth of checks so I could buy this Hurricane. I've had my eye on it, and you know, I thought, well, you know, what the heck, 3 weeks worth of checks, right? So just cough them up, you won't miss them. I'll give you the title, I'll keep the car. So he hasn't gone for that yet. So, you know, a lot of money is on the table. I want you to hear from my enroller, my sponsor, my friend, Rick Geralds. Rick has been in the industry for 30 years, multi-million-dollar earner, lives in Houston, Texas, is one of the hardest working guys that I know, and never pushed me. I mean, just never, ever pushed me. It was, you know, I got on the phone with him last March, April, May, and I says, hey, how's that Volantis thing going for you? He says, well, Chuck, you know, it'd be 4 years here coming up here shortly, and I've earned $1.4 million so far. And I said, really? Wow, that's pretty good, $1.4 million. And I said, kind of interesting, and that's as far as we took it.
15 years. Rick is another one of those guys, an incredibly hard worker, understands compensation plans like no one else, has made millions of dollars in this industry. You know, that type of work ethic, heart and soul in a leader, Royal Diamond here with Volantis, multi-million-dollar earner, someone I am very, very proud to call my friend, my confidant and co-worker here in this industry, Rick Geralds. And so, Rick, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hey, thanks, Jon, and back at you on all the compliments. You know, Jon and I come from kind of the same industry background. We were both in NSA and didn't even know each other and achieved the highest rank. So, you know, I was in Kansas, and I guess I don't know where he was at, but good old days. You know, 30 years in the industry, 38 years I've been in, you know, nutritional supplements. And since you kind of did some other things and took some of the thunder, which is great. I love your explanation, the timing. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm excited. But why I joined this company really in the beginning, I've been here 5 years, and I joined this company in the beginning because of Dave Jordan and his wife, you know, Joyce. And I had actually encouraged Dave to start his own company way back in like 2010, something like that. And finally in 2014, he launched, okay? And when we launched, we had 3 products. Now we have something like 20. But let's be honest, I mean, you know, you wouldn't have wanted to join the company the first through the 4th year. You know, I mean, you would have wanted to join back in May of 2018 because we have in-house customer service, in-house shipping, okay? I mean, we are shipping 2 to 3 days all over the United States. We just brought on, we're testing DHL in many markets right now. I mean, that's a major international shipper that's going to ship right to people's doors, you know, their doorstep. So I'm pretty excited about the structure of the company. I'm excited about having Dave, who's already got, you know, Dave and I and you, Jon, we had built a previous company to 3.8 million, I believe it was, and in 12 months. In 12 months, I think it was 12 months we did that. And you were #1 earner, and Dave, who's our CEO, was #3, and I was like #4 at one point in that company. So we have a CEO that's a distributor's CEO, and he knows what we go through in the field. So everything he does at corporate and his corporate team, they're doing the things that are necessary to keep this ball rolling and keep the momentum going. And I was telling somebody the other day, I really believe that we're going to go to 100 million a month. But my story is just in this setting here. Back in May of 2018, I was earning about 8,000. I think I dropped down to about 8 or 9,000. And let me see, 10 months later, I'm Royal Diamond, making over 100,000 a month. I mean, I had no idea it was going to jump up that fast. I mean, I've had successes where I've been over 40,000 a month in many different companies, but never jumped to 100,000 a month, John. And why is that happening? Everything is in place. The comp plan is driving the products, and the products are driving the comp plan. And that's really the bottom line. Everything's in place for somebody to come on board. And what's more exciting, guys, it's not just you and I, John, with all the experience that are making money. I mean, I did a conference call back in July 9th, and it's on our website. I did a call where everybody I had on my call in the group were brand new people, never made money in network marketing, and they're scoring here, big money, not just, $300 a month. I'm talking about people are making $4,000 and $5,000 a week. This other gal that's in my group, I mean, she just made Royal Diamond. We got 2 Royal Diamonds now. All of this in 12, 13 months. So it's pretty exciting, but really, let me tell you why this is working. I'm going to talk a little bit about product. The coffee and weight loss together, 2 massive industries. You're talking about a very simple product that people already drink, John. They already drink the product every day. So it's like we got the best weight loss product in my entire career of network marketing for 30 plus years. We've got the best weight loss product, but it's being delivered in a coffee. Okay? And what do people already do every day? They drink coffee. So all we're saying is, hey, check out our coffee versus yours. Yours is just the beans, but ours is really magical. It is a miracle coffee. Okay? But we call it, Slim Roast Optimum coffee, okay? But the reason it works is because it works with the metabolism, okay? It works 6 different ways, 7 different ways in the body. You can have 5 or 6 different positive results right up front from 1 cup, and that's what's really exploding this. The product is working. People are getting results. They're losing weight. They're losing inches, and they don't have to change a habit. I've been in the fitness industry. I've been in the diet industry. I've done that for 38 plus years, recommending to people nutritional supplements. If diet and fitness were the answer, if going to the gym every day was the answer, then why did Houston, Texas get voted not only the fattest city in the nation 2 years ago, but they got voted the most people who work out per capita? That means we have a bunch of overweight people going to the gym, and it's not working. Because if it was working, we would be voted the skinniest city eventually. And we're still the fattest city, okay? Texans like their pork and their beef, so and their potato salad. So anyway, we've got a product that's really exploding the pay plan. We've got a pay plan where you're getting paid 6 ways, and you know exactly where the money's coming from. Somebody, once they watch a 12.5-minute Zoom of mine, they know exactly how they're getting paid. And that's not like other companies, I'm sorry to say, but most other companies, people are walking around going, I don't understand any of this, And so what's nice is over here, you can be excited and just build your business. And it's very simple. You only need 2 or 3 people to start making good money. You don't have to go out and build 3 or 5 or 10 legs wide. So we've got the product that's helping people's metabolism, because that's what's going on out there. Obesity is a worldwide epidemic. And so with a worldwide epidemic, and we have the solution to the worldwide epidemic of obesity, and it's a solution that people already do, most people already do all day long, is drink coffee. Simple. So that's
Rick,
what...
So guys, there's a little bit about Rick and his experience in the industry, and like he said, he's been with Dave since the beginning. So it's always nice to hear from somebody who has seen it and lived it. So if you want to talk about getting started, you're talking to the right guy, right? I only let people start one way. I mean, yes, there's other ways to start, but quite frankly, if I get you started in option 1 or option 2, I do a disservice to you and to me and to everybody, because it's not the right way to start. And when you find that out, you'll want to start at the Business Builder Pack. So I encourage everybody to start with the Business Builder Pack. Why? Because it maximizes the compensation plan. It maximizes the payout of the compensation plan. So if you're going to do anything, you might as well get paid the most money, right? So you get, it's $20 to become a rep, no annual fee, massive back office, landing pages, all kinds of things that I take each one of my personally sponsored people through, and there's Zooms and trainings that we do all the time. Not only that, but it gets, you got products, right? You either have 16 of the Slim Roast Optimum canisters that are 30 cups in a canister, or 350 of the single serving sticks, which quite frankly, I like better than the canisters, because, of being able to sample it out to people. So, here's the question, right? The question is pretty simple. If there was a chance, a snowball's chance in hell that a $600 investment and working 10, 12, 15 hours a week, part-time effort over the next 3 to 5 years would or could produce a 6 or 7 figure annual income, is that something you'd be interested in doing? If it is, raise your hand. Good. I got 100%. Hey, you guys are really smart out there. So, who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to spend $600 and $160 a month to stay active, work at this for the next 3 to 5 years, and build generational wealth, right? An income that is unlimited income. Yes, now there is a limit. I take that back. You can't make more than $100,000 a week on the cycle bonus. I'm going to give you something that my good friend Mitch put together, Diamond Mitch, and this is not for the faint of heart. This is not for those people that are looking for a free ride. These are for those A-type personalities that are ready to go, right? I mean, let's get going. And if that's you, it's all about going out and finding 6 people just like yourself the first month. And you come in with the Business Builder Package, you go find 6 people to come in with the Business Builder Package. And I know a lot of you will be able to just pick up the phone and say, hey, Bob, I found something pretty incredible. You got to take a look at it. I'm looking for 6 people to work with and do this with. I want you to be one of them. Bob says, hey, I don't know what it is, but if you're that excited about it, I'm in. Just count me in. How much is it going to cost me? $10,000, $20,000? What's it going to cost me? No, $600. Are you kidding? $600, unlimited income? Yep, $600 and $160 a month. You in? Yep, I'm in. That's the conversation, right? Here's what happens month 2. As month 1, you got 6. And you're going to teach everybody else exactly to do exactly the same thing. Month 2, you're going to get 3. You're going to continue to bring more and more and more people in. And you're going to see how your cycle bonus, and I'm not going to get into a big explanation of that, but how your income starts to, grow, right? $1,140 a month the first month, and you worked hard. That's how this industry is. You work hard in the beginning. Now look, Jon is not working, he is working hard. He's over in the Philippines right now. But, he could stop and he would still make the same amount of money. I mean, he could stop. I stopped. I stopped for 5 years. I was retired for 5 years, and my check came every month as if I was still working, right? And that is truly mailbox money. Residual income, I love it. So second month, you made a whole $1,930. And what happens, folks, is that people in the corporate world just don't understand why they're not making more money sooner, right? They've already been doing this 30, 60, now 90 days. 90 days, you're up to $6,800 for the month. It's only $1,700 a week, but it's certainly you're growing, right? You're growing. That's what happens month 4, right? Legacy bonus is 12 grand. Your cycle bonus is 13,000. Your monthly total is jumped up to 29,800. So you're at $7,400 for a week. So, and if you just kept that pace up, I mean, it would be astronomical over the course of a 12-month span. I'll do the calculations next time and put them up there so you can see what it would look like, you know, a year out. If you just kept that pace up, you'd be done. You would be done. You'd have plenty of income, and you would be absolutely done. This is a strategy that we utilize. It's called the power line strategy, and tomorrow is the end of the week. We have the ability to let people take a free tour. And when they take the free tour, they pre-register, they pre-enroll, they get a position actually in that power line that you're seeing there, Jose and Mary and Charles and you and James. And what happens is that, you know, if you decide to lock in your position and make your business builder purchase, then you lock in your position, and at midnight Thursday night Pacific time, what happens is that you lock it in, and all of a sudden you jump over, you leapfrog over everybody that were once your potential upline structure, now are people down below you that you could potentially get paid on, right? So it's important to make that decision and move and lock in your position. You know, the one thing that I've learned in 30 years in this industry is that, you know, you just never quit, right? You just never quit. That's the secret to success with network marketing. You find a company that stays in business, and you just continue on and continue on and continue on. You just never, ever, ever quit. So no matter what happens. So where do you see yourself? Are you an A or a B, right? All we're taking are A's and B's. A is, I'm ready to get started. Here's my $600. Give me a business builder package. I'm going to get on the phone and call my 6 people, right? I'm going to go put 6 people into the business this week. And, or hey, I'm ready to go. I got a few questions, and let's get your questions answered. We can do that, right? Just have your enroller put you in touch with me or with Rick or with John, or we'll get all your questions answered. Now, there are some other, you know, positions that you could take, but I don't even talk about those, right? You know, if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? If you want to be a customer, come back. I mean, I'm looking for business builders. The person that put you onto this webinar is looking for business builders. They're looking for people that are excited about the opportunity to make an unlimited income and to finally own their life. So here's an investment that I want you to make. It's an investment in your future. If you think there's a snowball's chance in hell that you want to be part of Volantis, I can't think of a better way, nor would I suggest a better way for you to really feel the culture and feel the excitement and feel, you know, everything there is about Volantis than to come to one of their major events. And that's going to happen the 5th, 6th, 7th in Orlando, Florida at the Omni. So get there. You know, do whatever you have to do in order to get there. But come, let me know that you're going to be there with us, and you know, we'll get you introduced to everybody. We'll get you introduced to John and to Rick and to Dave Jordan and to his wife Joyce, and you know, just wonderful things will happen. So make plans to be in Orlando. Cancel everything else out that you've got going. Or if you have anything going, you know, you've got to cancel it. You just got to, this is probably the most important thing next to your family and a few other things that you do that you could possibly even think about. So I will see you in Orlando, Florida. That's it. My time is up. I've gone overtime, but hopefully you appreciated the information and got a value out of it. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me here today, and get back to the person that invited you on here, whether you're watching it live right now or you're watching it on a replay, and tell them you want to get started. Tell them you want to get a ticket to Orlando. Tell them that you want to get trained. You want them to take you through the back office, show you everything, and teach and mold and guide you. So, I mean, I've done that with hundreds of thousands of people over the course of the last 30 years, and I've never been more excited in my life than to be part of Volantis, working with Rick, working with Jon, working with Dave, and now working with the team that is being built all over the globe. So, hey, guys, God bless. Thanks for being here. I will stop the recording, and we will end this podcast.